This is the Meerkat in one more time for D7 with the weekend review, good through Sunday, the 24th of April, 2016. Well, in this video, we're going to take a look here, first of all, at what happened here on Friday, what happened for the week, and then pull out to the monthly chart now that we have 3 out of 4 weeks completed in the month of April. So let's see, what was it today? It was a mixed day on Wall Street today. Let's take a look here at the numbers. S&P ended up flat for the day. That's right. We had the Dow up just a fraction, 0.11, even with some major components down today, namely the Intel. And then we have the NASDAQ. It lagged the way because there were several stocks in the NASDAQ that fell hard due on earnings, minus 1.5%. But on the other hand, we had the small caps up 0.99. Bank, well, it confirmed a more bullish move at plus 0.67. The VIX dropped a whopping 5.45% and ended up at 13.19. Wow, that's quite the drop. So fear came out of the market. Then we had gold and silver here. They pulled back a little bit here today. Again, wide range on that silver candle for the day, and oil, it was up about 0.3% for the day and 5% for the week. Dollar up about 0.33, which is a little more bearish, and the trend trade, it's not on, it's almost a dead neutral. All right, let's take a look here at the daily chart on the SPY. Here's the SPY daily, and today, yep, it gapped down, and then it pulled all the way back up here to close it almost a dead even here for the day, and the volume was just at about average. So what happened here? We did a little pullback, and right up here, and again we were rolling over. We were showing that yesterday. It ran here with 2 spinning tops, and now it's pulled back, and now we have 2 candles down. Officially, this is a swing high now, as we just started a down leg. We are still in an uptrend. We just started now a new down leg on this uptrend. Let's look at the Dow Jones Industrial here by the DIA ETF, and it just pulled off slightly again. It now has 2 of them also, lower highs and lower lows. And so it's now could be starting to form a bull flag here, but again, just starting that leg down. The one that really got hit today was the NASDAQ. Here's the QQQ with the ETF on the NASDAQ, and kabam! We had major components out of here that got hit hard today. We had Alphabet, Starbucks, Intel, just cremated today, and so it really did pull down the NASDAQ. And it is now, it was a nice high base here. It has now broken that high base, but it has been supported here by the 200 moving average, aka Big Red here on the daily chart. The Russell, however, the small cap Russell, represented here by the IWM ETF on that. Look at that, boom, boom. It's still high basing here right at the very tops of where it's been all week. So this is showing some strength and a nice increase in volume today on that up thing. That's a little more bullish. Hey, take a look here at Bank. And again, it has had a beautiful run up here, now high basing up here above the 2800 on the daily chart. And it's remaining strong, and that's good. We can't go anywhere without the Bank. All right, that's it on the daily charts. And before I go to the weekly charts here, are you satisfied with your trading? Would you like to know exactly which stocks to trade, exactly to the penny when the odds are in your favor to get into those stocks? You can learn all of that with our 301 mentoring program, and we are going to be having one coming up here in Las Vegas live. Can you imagine being in a room with a bunch of other savvy traders and learning to trade the right way? If you'd like more information on it, go to Trading Mentor, and sure enough, right here, Grok Trade 3-day mentoring in Vegas coming up in 2 weeks, May 7th, 8th, and 9th. And we have a special deal going on. Bring a friend for free. If you haven't heard that, go ahead and look at this video, and Des will talk about that. Here's what the mentoring program includes. And again, this is just the beginning of our mentoring with you. It's just 3 days of concentrated training, and then we walk with you as you begin to implement that into your trading life. If you want more information about it, just go ahead and fill out this form here, and either Carolina or D7 will give you a call just to talk to you about your trading. It's not a sales call, and we'll just see if perhaps the mentoring may be a benefit to you or not. And again, here's some testimonials, and when you want to read more about it, it's all on that page there. That's groktrade.com. Now let's go to the weekly charts. Here is the weekly chart on the SPY, and boy, it went nicely up this week, nice highs, and it just pulled off a little bit. But again, this is the second week up in a row, and we are touching up on here on these resistance lines here from this prior swing low right back over here from November. And it did touch that area at the 210 and kind of just pulled back just a little bit here. So we still have some bullishness ready to continue up here, or it's just going to rest here a bit at resistance. As far as the Dow and the DIA here, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Even looking more bullish here. But look, I just noticed this. Yeah, just drew this in. Yeah, we are getting a bit of a rising wedge here on the DIA on the weekly chart. That may show a sign here that it might be a little bearish here coming up. Well, keep an eye on that one. Then, of course, we've got the Qs here, the QQQ, the NASDAQ. It's nice high base here on the weekly chart. It's on the lower part of the high base, but it definitely has not rolled down yet. It's supported here by the 50 weekly average right here. That's the 50 moving average, 50 week moving average right there. Nice support here. It's tagged it a couple of times. Then we got the small caps, yeah, looking very nice and bullish on this one as well. This one too could be looking a little wedgy. Yeah, just drew in the wedge on that one, and yeah, it's looking a little bit of a rising wedge, which is a bearish formation, folks, on the weekly here, and it is right to this 50 weekly moving average right there. Alrighty. Let's just take a quick look at bank here on the weekly chart, and look at that. 2 solid weeks of up on the banks. Many of them have reported now, and yeah, very bullish here on banks. Again, next week is going to be a huge week on earnings. And VIX, let's look. Last night, if you looked at the video, we were talking about looked at the daily chart. This is the weekly chart. And again, if it's above 20 on the VIX, that's the fear indicator. Then the markets are very volatile, and you can see back here in the August, September area that was really high, and then right at the first of the year here, January, February, was very high and stayed up there for quite a while. And now it's back here down into complacent area. This is on the weekly chart here, so it does show for less volatility in the markets, but it can also suddenly spring out, and when it does, it can go pretty crazy. So just keep an eye on that. Next, let's take a look here at the monthly charts. Here's the SPY monthly going all the way back to 2007, and we did the big dip down here, 2009, and been a huge run up, and now we just kind of been sporadic here, going back and forth for the last year and a half, and we right back up here to these highs here, and you can see right there the 213, the all-time highs up there, and we're working our way up. Now this is not a complete candle yet, because it is only 3 of the 4 weeks here in the month of April, but clearly we can see here we have worked our way back up into the higher ranges here. So it has been a little bit difficult for some swing traders here. We just have not been able to get a nice long run like we had over here monthly wise for quite a while. Taking a look at the DIA, Dow Jones Industrials here, it too is a big run up and been fluffing back and forth here, starting to come up here back up to its all-time highs. And the Qs here on the monthly, this one is not quite as bullish as we just had the big pullback here, but for the months, this is not as green a candle, not quite as bullish, as it has not come back up to near its highs. Then let's look here at the small caps. Now they've been a little bit more bearish since it broke down here 2015, and now starting to work its way back up into the range of where it was in the end of 2015. Well, that's it. Next week is the height of the earnings season. We have lots of big players, everyone from Facebook to Exxon Energy. So be sure that you know any holdings that you have when their earnings is, and either get out of them just before earnings, or be sure that you are protected through earnings. It's not safe to trade over earnings because you just don't know what's going to happen next. This is the Meerkat. Hey, let me share with you my gambling rule. This is Meerkat's gambling law. I never place a bet unless the odds are in my favor. How does that apply to trading? I never place a trade unless the odds are stacked in my favor. Trade well.